Hey, Proposition 61's on the ballot in California. Here's an infographic for you from the voter guide. It says here it's gonna the measure exempts a portion of the state's largest healthcare program from its drug pricing requirements. So what this basically does, here's what Proposition 61 is going to do. It requires the state to pay no more for medications for people it covers than is paid for the same prescription drugs by the Department of Veteran Affairs, the one agency that has authority to use public power to negotiate bulk price discounts. Now, I'm here with Jim Earl and Ron Placone, Hank Thompson, and people don't know this, that like Medicaid, Medicare is not allowed to negotiate for lower drug prices with the pharmaceutical companies by law. So that's what a stranglehold the pharmaceutical industry has on our government, right? On our legislators. So, there is one agency that is allowed to use the public power to negotiate, and that's the Veterans Affairs, Department of Veteran Affairs. They are allowed by law to negotiate, so they get much cheaper prices for their drugs. And so now Prop 61 wants to use that. Whatever they get to negotiate, we want to just make that the standard for the rest of the... That's a pretty good idea, don't you think? That sounds great. Mm-hmm. In fact, one pharmaceutical industry publication called the California ground zero in the battle against Big Pharma and warned drug company executives that, quote, adoption of a VA pricing by the state of California would be a pricing disaster for the entire U.S. drug industry. Disaster meaning they would have to now charge you a fair price. They won't be able to gouge you anymore. Remember, in America, we pay twice as much for our health care and drugs as the rest of the westernized world because our government is so corrupted. It's not a hyperbole. They're corrupted. That's why we pay twice as much, and we don't have single-payer health care in the United States, and why we can't negotiate for lower drug prices, because our government is literally corrupted and bribed. What used to be considered bribes, and it's now legal. So they wouldn't be able to gouge anymore, the pharmaceutical industries, and then they would have to charge you a fair price. Nurses have crisscrossed the state in support of Prop 61, noting that they see patients on a regular basis who put their health at grave risk by self-rationing medications because of the high out-of-pocket costs. Now, again, this is in America, the richest country the face of the earth has ever seen. People can't afford their medicine. This is like on a regular basis. A Fresno RN, Amy Arland, told the story of a young man in his late 40s living on a fixed income, working 2 jobs, who was diagnosed with high blood pressure. This one medication was going to cost him $400 a month, which he couldn't afford. And about 3 months after his diagnosis, because he could not afford to take his blood pressure medication, he had a massive stroke and is now permanently disabled. Which do you think costs more to society? Taking care of a permanently disabled guy because he couldn't afford his medicine, or providing his medicine for him so he doesn't become personally disabled? What do you think costs more money?
Yeah, but the short-term results are catastrophic. You're going to have to cut the CEO's salaries by maybe 1/4.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to just make, $100 million a year per CEO. So the state pays for that guy when he is permanently disabled. That doesn't cost the pharmaceuticals any money. That's why they don't care that he can't pay for the $400 and it's going to cost more later when the guy has a stroke. They don't care. They don't pay for it.
Well, they benefit. He'll probably need any medicine he buys through Medicaid will be
he'll need more
at full price.
He'll need more medicine the sicker he gets. You're right. The Intercept cites public filings that reveal, get this. So on this proposition, this is Proposition 61, I've seen veterans groups doing advertisements against it. Like, this is a great thing. You should vote yes on Prop 61. This is getting drug prices down to a reasonable level. Except, of course, Big Pharma has all this money to spend, so they go buy off these veteran groups, other groups too. It says the Intercept cites filings that reveal 19 different civic organizations, from the Foreign Legion to a bilingual voter guide organization, taking drug industry funds and endorsing no on Prop 6. So they're buying people, even lefty organizations. Among them are several LGBT Democratic clubs whose influence has helped neutralize some liberal to progressive potential supporters, and prominent veterans organizations, all of whom have received drug industry funding. So anybody who's doing a commercial like this guy, you see this guy, Dale Smith, commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, this guy's a paid shill screwing over his own people in America on purpose for frickin' money. Why is it that the veterans are on the wrong side of this issue? Why is it? Why are they wrong about this? Here's his stupid commercial.
There are no two ways about it. Prop 61 is terrible for veterans. It would raise our prescription drug prices. That's why every major veterans organization in California...
No, that's not why they're against it. They're against it because they gave you money. That's why you guys are against Prop 62, because they gave you money.
...as opposed to 61. But 61 isn't just bad for veterans. It's bad for nearly all Californians. Prop 61 only covers 12% of Californians. The other 88% would see an increase in prescription drug prices. Please join veterans, doctors, and patients and vote no on 61.
So don't listen to that guy, because he's taking money from the pharmaceutical industry to say what he just said. So that's a lie. He's wrong. And when you see a picture, when you see this guy in public, ask him why he's taking all this money from the pharmaceutical industry if he really believes in this. Why would you take the money from them if you really believe in this? Okay, so that's, again, legal bribery. There you go. And a guy like that turns his back on lowering drug prices in America. Good for you. So our official position at the Jimmy Dore Show, just like Bernie Sanders says, yes on 61.